Good morning, everybody. Today we have a great flight going to the SIOR conference, and that is in Chicago. So we're going from New York to Chicago. Trying to hook up all the cameras here quickly, and hopefully we get some really good video for you. HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie understands. Clear to Golf Yankee Yankee via the D's intersection, Candor, then as filed. Initial altitude will be 2,000 feet. Frequency, 2,000 feet, expect flight level 430 in 10. Departure frequency 125.7, squawk code 3363.
Back right for 0 Delta Charlie. Jet 0 Delta Charlie, Republic, ground rate 19, taxi via Bravo, cross rate 14.
To 19, down Bravo, cross 14, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, thank you. All right, left turn here. This is where I check the brakes, and everything is looking good there. Takeoff briefing. We're going to be flying down runway 19. We're making a right turn, climbing up to 2,000 feet, going to 219 on the heading. They'll switch us over to New York on 25.7, and from there they'll give us vectors and altitudes to D's intersection. I'm going to speak to tower.
State 57, you can turn 10 degrees to the left.
10 degrees to the left, on the State 57.
0 Delta Charlie, you ready?
I am ready, 0 Delta Charlie.
Delta Charlie, line up and wait, traffic in the downwind.
Line up and wait, traffic in the downwind.
8 Mike Bravo, where do you park?
We're going to Atlantic.
8 Mike Bravo, turn right at the intersection, left on Bravo, contact ground point 6.
Right intersection, left on Bravo, ground point 6, 8 Mike Bravo. Okay.
And the Piper off your right is going to follow you.
8 Mike Bravo. Line up and wait.
On the Jet 0 Delta Charlie, the wind's 23011, gust 15, clear for takeoff, maintain 2000.
Clear for takeoff, maintain 2000, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you.
24 Romeo, clear touch and go, caution wake turbulence,
waiting
departing
for the
HondaJet.
engines to spool up. They have.
Clear touch and go, we'll caution wake turbulence, departing HondaJet.
Maintain center line. Cross check speed. Cross check's good.
Republic Tower,
Wait, V1.
Over Northport stacks at 1,300.
There's V1,
with
and we are at rotation speed. We've rotated.
We're over capture
Gear
line.
comes up. Press levers to MCT, and flaps come up.
Downwind,
Okay,
runway
now we're
19,
gonna move to heading mode. And
0 Delta Charlie, contact departure, have a safe flight, maintain 2000.
2000 departure, 0 Delta Charlie, thanks.
320 heading Delta 199.
Making sure you have you set to maintain 4000.
Center maintain 4,033.
Hello, departure, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, 1700 for 2000. Close some power.
There, 5053, set to maintain 9000, altitude
My
299.
outbound call was blocked. Someone just told me. No problem. Hello, departure, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, 2000.
The 0 Delta Charlie needs flight radar contact, running 250, climb maintain 7000.
7,000 on the altitude, 250 on the direction, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you.
0 Delta Charlie, contact departure, 135.9, good day.
35.9, 0 Delta Charlie.
Target 95 heavy, speed 210, set to maintain 2000.
210 of the speed, 2,000. American,
As always on departure, it gets a little busy.
287,
All right, we got 7,250 on the heading, and he said 35.9. Did everybody keep up with that?
American, 2287.
Delta 199, set to maintain 3000.
3,000, Delta 199.
0.
17,000.
Left 130 up to 17,000, Delta.
Power, and starting our climb. Hello, New York, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, assigned heading 250, currently 2,900 feet for 7,000.
Net number 430 Delta Charlie, roger, good morning. Turn right heading 310 and climb maintain 9,000.
310 on the heading, 9,000 altitude, 0 Delta Charlie.
0 Delta Charlie, what speed are you going to climb at today?
210 knots.
Correct.
9,000. Okay, so we've set 310. Using the heading to, on the autopilot, we're at MCT, maximum continuous thrust. Climbing at 210 knots, almost 4,000 feet a
Charlie,
minute.
studio speed, I got to give you a couple vectors. Make it a right turn 070, you can climb to 17,000.
17,000 and 070 on the heading for HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie.
Pleasure.
5158, runway heading 1.8 for 5.
Number 5158, your radar contact. I maintain 11,000.
11,000, number 5158.
Okay, there's the... Okay, and he's giving us 17,000. So 070 on the heading. 17,000 now on the altitude.
When able, we'd love to descend at 4,500.
Stand by, please. Number 5158, turn left 090.
Always talking about climb speed. I'm climbing at 4,000 feet a minute.
Number
There's
5158,
not
turn left
many other jets that will
090.
climb that fast, but
Endeavor 5158,
Learjet,
turn left
maybe
090.
a Falcon. Yeah, Falcon, maybe.
5158.
Yeah.
Will.
I go back to my checklist. Landing gear, it did. Your dampeners definitely
56 Victor,
engaged.
sync request for
Flaps
approach
are up.
120.85.
Look
Good
at
day.
that.
120.85.
Thrust levers are MCT.
800 Delta Kilo, just to
Guidance.
maintain 3,000.
Okay, this is all good. It's all done.
5 to 3,000.
All right, 070 on the heading, going up to 17,000 feet now.
Number 430 Delta Charlie, turn back to left heading 050.
0500 Delta Charlie.
Just checking the traffic. There isn't much around me. I gave him a really fast climb, so as you can see, there's no traffic within 2,600 feet plus or minus of my altitude in this direction. So the traffic is mostly down low.
November 800 Delta Kilo, turn left heading 230.
Climbed out really nicely. Going back to my checklist, pressurization checks, I can check that off.
Number 0 Delta Charlie, turn left heading 010.
0100 Delta Charlie.
491, a left turn 010, depart.
And so we're already, before you know it, we're just about 14,000 feet. Looking down over Long Island on the pilot side camera. And New York off to the
800
left.
Delta Kilo, turn further left heading 220, and you can continue descent through the Bravo.
17 very great.
Once we get to 18,000 feet, we hit the
Number 430 Delta Charlie, contact departure 11817. Have a good day.
118-170 Delta Charlie, good day.
11817, X for that.
Speed target.
Departure, good evening, number 5158. 10.7 for 11, very great.
Server 5158, near departure, commenting 17,000.
The 17,000, number 5158. New York, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, 17,000, assigned heading 010.
HondaJet 0 Delta Charlie, near departure, commenting flight level 190, proceed direct D's.
Direct D's and 19, flight level 1900 Delta Charlie, thank you.
All right, anticipated that.
Jazz 877, maintain, actually, just proceed direct Midland and maintain 290 knots greater.
We go nav.
Idea graded direct Midland, Jazz 877.
And 19,000.
Delta 491, turn left heading 320.
Left 320 Delta 491.
Felch that, and yeah, airspeed of, let's say, I should be good, 225. Gonna be there so quick. All right, so I've switched over to the GPS from heading mode, because now we're going, and we'll go ahead and hit the barometer.
HondaJet 0 Delta Charlie, contact New York Center 132.6.
32.60 Delta Charlie, thank you.
Jazz 877, commenting 1.
Delta 759.
Things happen fast in this airspace. You really have to be up for the game. All right, there's 19,000.
Hello, New York, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, 19,000.
HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, New York Center, roger, fine, maintain full 220.
220 now, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you.
All right, set that in. And I'm probably not going to climb at 210. I'll climb at like, I don't know, 225. Well, maybe I'll give him 210. I'll give him a fast rate of climb. So 210 knots, 210 knots is the best speed for the HondaJet to climb. So right now it's showing, we're going to believe some speed, but we were originally at 5,000 feet a minute. It'll climb probably at, oh, it looks like it's going to settle in about 3,500 feet a minute. And we're already there. So we've done the altimeters. I can check that off.
New York Center, low Jazz
This off.
877 with you, 12,600.
Definitely engage the autopilot.
16,000, assigned speed 290 knots.
Autopilot is really handy. When you're flying a jet, I like to hand fly. I used to hand fly
Jazz 877, New York Center, roger.
with my prior planes, which were a Mooney Ovation and a Meridian. But as you can see, things happen so fast with the jet because of your speed and your mixing it up with other jets. Having the autopilot You can certainly hand fly, but having the autopilot is a godsend. It really is. And the autopilots are so sophisticated now.
Maintain for 250. Climbing 250.
All right, so now I'm just looking around, making sure everything is copacetic. It is. Keep
430 Delta Charlie, clear at Candor.
Correct Candor, 0 Delta Charlie, thanks.
So,
New York, good morning, Delta 491.
Candor, we hit direct.
14,600 for 17,000.
Activate.
491 New York.
And that saves us a little fuel, I would assume.
491, and we're on assigned heading 320. 491, clear direct gale.
I'll show you what that looks like on this screen here. That gives us a pretty good route. All right, pull some power. Pull some power. Pull some power.
JetBlue 871, climb maintain level 320.
Can't use all the power that the plane has at this altitude.
JetBlue 871, contact New York 132.17.
3217,
But pretty soon he will climb me. Excellent. Got some pretty good handling out of New York ATC today. Thank you, New York, if you watch this channel.
Tango is India Victor 714, contact New York Center 134.3.
So we're climbing at 2,700 feet a minute up. And we're already at 25,000, going up to 3,000 feet a minute.
39 Whiskey Heavy, New York Center, roger.
Well, we're probably going to bleed off a little airspeed here.
39, flight level 270.
70.
Believe it or not, when I was in the Army and Army Special Forces on a Halo team, I have a parachute jump at this altitude. It was a 2-minute free fall. That's Halo jump. It stands for high altitude, low opening.
2739, New York Center,
So
roger.
back in my military days, was very foundational for me, very formative, very good. Some people have commented on the channel what that ring is. They think it's maybe a West Point ring, but it's actually the Special Forces crest.
Number 2765, New York
And
Center,
over
roger.
here is my scuba badge.
Direct to news.
Very, very hard fought to get that. And my Halo jump wings. A little history about me for those that care. Love doing that.
Piedmont 5768, climbing maintain set level 290.
I maintain flight level 290, Piedmont 5768.
Okay, the plane's still climbing very nicely.
Direct to news.
Doing about 2,000 feet a minute up.
Direct news 270, JetBlue 1345.
57 Mach.
JetBlue 1346.
No, now we're going 2,500 feet a minute.
All right.
So it really does a dandy job of climbing. So going into Chicago used to be easy. There used to be a great downtown airport mix. And then Mayor Daley decided to bulldoze it one night. Not a nice guy. So the other airports in Chicago, we could go into them. I've been to O'Hare twice. But it's a lot of cost and a lot of brain damage. So what we found that right outside, Gary, Indiana, has a fantastic airport with almost 9,000 feet of nice, clean pavement, great FBOs. Coleman FBO is my favorite. Coleman, a little bit of history, is named after B. Coleman,
Target 1441, contact
who was a famous aviator, broke a lot of barriers. She was a woman aviatrix. Back in the day, they called them aviatrix. She was an African-American woman
3642, flight level 340, do we check in?
who broke down barriers. I mean, this is, I think she was flying like 1920. Was an air show pilot. So,
JetBlue 484, New York Center, roger. Slowest practical speed, please.
And we'll slow down, JetBlue 484.
Coleman Aviation, which is one of my favorite FBOs. Really nice folks there. Is named after her, which is really cool. A little history there.
Target 1439.
Going to see some of my friends in the Society of Industrial and Office Realtors. It's a very prestigious organization. Only the top few percent of brokers get to get in. And we're now a very global organization. We have brokers not just throughout the United States, but throughout the world now, which is great. So we meet twice a year. Matter of fact, the next convention is in Berlin. They very well attend that and do a lot of networking. It gives us a lot of great contacts to work transactions with. And again, these are the best of the best brokers, and they come from brokerage firms, big and small, the Goliaths to the independents. But the good thing is everybody's vetted. Everybody's a good broker, and we have
010, heading vector for traffic marker 2352.
standards as far as ethics, so it's a great group, and we have some great speakers lined up.
to 718 level 27.
Bagel intersection is the start of the arrival, but I could go direct Goshen, kind of like right there, but no, you can go Goshen. It makes no difference. I don't know what runway I'm landing at yet. Let me go back and figure that out. Well, it's saying it's got no wind. Look at that, 000 at 0, with 10 miles of visibility and clear. Wow, no wind, 0 wind. So there'll be whatever active runway they want to use. Let's pull up the chart for the airport.
Southwest 3014, contact Cleveland Center 124.32.
So maybe if the winds are light or non-existent, we'll get runway 30, which is pretty much the way we're going. If not, they'll give us runway 12. It's nice long, 88, almost 9,000 foot. This would be too small. We wouldn't accept that runway. Ask for a little higher, save some fuel. Probably get over some of the stiffest wind. So right now I'm anticipating we're going to get runway 30. I could go ahead and even put that in, but it's possible it will change. I'll assume vectors for the moment. We'll go ahead and preview that approach. Again, this is all subject to change. Assuming I get this runway, they're going to have me between 2,400 and 6,000 feet. I'm going to guess 3,000 or 4,000 feet to intercept. Come down. Glide slope intercept is at 2,000 feet. It's an absolutely clear day over there. It's a clear day around the country here. The weather's really beautiful. The East Coast going all the way west.
Hello, New York, American.
I would have to see the runway by 791 feet, which absolutely shouldn't be a problem. And
2622 with the other 13.6, climbing 170.
pretty straightforward approach.
2622.
So for now, for planning purposes, though it's subject to change, I'm going to go ahead and load that. We'll even put in the weather. Now it's saying 040 at 0 knots. Wow, that's cool. So I'm way, way, way ahead of where I need to be, which is okay. Better to be ahead than not. Should need 3,400 feet of runway of 7,900 feet. I'll go ahead and even post that. Again, subject to change later on, but that's what it looks like. Fuel at destination is indicating 1,000 pounds. That's 400 pounds over my reserve, which is good. One of the things I love about the HondaJet is I can do a little what-if analysis. What if I stay at, what would be my arrival time and my fuel if I stay at 41,000 versus if I go up to 4,300.
Cleveland Center 119.72.
Now, intrinsically, I know that if I go up to 4,300, 43,000, if I go up to 43,000, I'll save some fuel, but it will take me a little bit longer.
Center Frontier 1461, leveling 17,000.
So what we can do is we can go into the flight plan. I'm going to compare the two. At flight level 430, it's saying the average headwind is 52 knots, so the wind actually comes down.
43,
all right, so
Avery Short 277, right?
Actually,
the 2622.
Get there faster if I climb higher. Very interesting.
Climb 300, Delta 26.
And I save some fuel. Take out
Southwest 550,
bagel,
contact New York Center
landing runway 30. Go ahead and load that. Go back to standby flight plan, standby perf. Oh, okay, the active gets us there quicker.
Frontier 1461.
And the fuel difference is negligible.
380, Frontier 1461.
So it's saying here I could get there 12 minutes faster and at a cost of fuel of 18 pounds, which is nothing.
Good morning.
So I'll stay after all that, the analysis is stay at flight level 410.
Chicago Center, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, 18,200 for 16,000.
Couple people checking in there. I believe one Wisconsin 6280, Chicago Center, Roger. Maintain 30, zone out for greater for spacing.
Grounded or greater for space in Wisconsin 63.
I believe the other one may have been HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, Chicago Center. Cross Megs at maintain 11,000, southbound altimeter 2987.
2987 in the altimeter, Megs at 11,000. I'm going to request the RNAV 30 approach into Gary.
Okay, I'll see what I can do with south time.
Okay, 11,000. Create that waypoint. So, I've already listened to ATIS.
430 Delta Charlie, you're not clear to Gary, be direct to...
You still want me Megs 11,000, I assume?
Nope, number 0 Delta Charlie, go direct that kick feed now, then direct Gary, just descend and maintain 11,000.
Go to 11,000, kick feed, direct Gary, and 0 Delta Charlie, Roger.
Wisconsin 6287, clear direct to Halls, cross Halls at maintain 12,000.
All right, direct to Halls and Halls at 12,000, Wisconsin
6287. Got that in the box. Pull some power here.
United 3.
And we'll descend at 260.
United 503, clear direct Halls, cross Halls at maintain 139.43, maintain 30 knots, kind of Chicago
for a
approach.
jet, so requesting runway 30, which is almost directly straight ahead.
5521, clear direct to Halls,
Coming out of 15,000 now, going to 11,000, talking to Chicago approach. We got about 15 more minutes and then we'll be on the ground, maybe a little bit less. And landing field elevation, got that in. I already have, I go to my flight plan, I already have, I asked for RNAV 30 approach. I'm assuming vectors, and they've already given me vectors, so yeah, I can kind of, yep. And assume that one correct.
Chicago Center, clear
and got the landing field elevation, don't need anti-ice, I've already set the altimeters. 2, seatbelt, yeah, I've been belted, there's no passengers, avionics are, I already did that, so I'll just go through it again so you can see it, but landing data, I already did all this. We go to weather, and we load the weather, the wind is like nothing, 0 knots. Runway, assuming they give us 30, plenty long, 8,000 feet, landing configuration, set. So we need about 3,400 feet of 8,000.
Maintain 12,000, O'Hare altimeter, 2983.
I've already accepted that landing data, so that's why I indicated it again, but yeah. So now it's posted, VREP is 110. So VREP in jet lingo, it could be for all planes.
430 Delta Charlie, contact southbound approach, 125.75, good day.
25750 Delta Charlie, thank you. 2575, X for that. X for flips it right up into the active freak. So avionics are all set.
Number 5 Alpha Echo southbound departure.
Landing data set confirmed. Negative cast messages. Those are crew alerting systems that would appear here. Nothing there. Approach briefing. We're anticipating runway 30. Nice long runway. Beautiful day. Yeah, should be really good. I'm all set up for that.
South of the Laporte Airport
and the next thing up will be flaps.
2258 southbound approach.
So I'll transition out of this.
Southwest 2258, southbound altimeter 2985, southbound maintain 10,000, and clear direct Haley.
Throw the approach plate on. I can descend at 250 knots, not faster, because under 10,000 feet, we're restricted to 250 knots. But I can go right up to 250 knots.
Sure, Delta Charlie, just verify, do you want the RNAV 31 into Gary?
It's RNAV 30, but yes, into Gary.
Got it.
Missed approach, but I don't anticipate, but if for some reason there was someone on the runway or something, be climbing out to 1,100 feet, then I'm climbing left turn to 2,400 feet to this, back to this,
Researcher Whiskey, squawk 1355.
Which is a waypoint. The great thing about the HondaJet, as long as I haven't disengaged the autopilot, what I got to do is hit a little button here
radar contact, maintain 8,000.
Throttles. And
Researcher Whiskey, radar contact, 8 miles north of the Michigan City Airport. Maintain VFR below 8,500 for now.
I keep the autopilot engaged, and all I have to do is manage the power and gear and flaps. Oh, a little bit bumpy there. Slow her down. I think it's just thermals.
5489 to redirect Brady.
Even though it's mid-October, it is a beautiful day. And we're flying over farm country, and the sun heats up the ground, and then that heats up the air above it, and you get rising columns of air. Because there certainly isn't much of a wind. Now that we only have 14 knots of headwind, for most of the flight we had 92 knots. I am just hopeful that God will give us the same wind on the return flight.
Collision 1070 southbound approach, southbound altimeter 2985, maintain
approaching the airport. We're going to want to slow it down. We have to be under 200 knots as we get to the airport.
1070.
So we are anticipating that they're going to give us the runway and approach that we asked for. I see no reason why not.
Sector 2, Echo Mike, go ahead.
And I have tower standing by. I've completed all my checklists up until this point. The checklists appear on the left screen when I push and hold this button for 3 seconds.
Lift 6610, Roger.
So the next thing
it was 186, contact,
I want to do, some passengers, so I didn't need cabin signs or passenger briefing, is flaps. But we don't do that
2258, direct Haley, resume the arrival.
Direct Haley, resume arrival, South 2258.
Southwest 344, cross Haley at 6000.
Haley at 6000, Southwest 344.
Southwest 2258, maintain 250 knots, contact Chicago approach 128.2. Good day.
Welcome to the Chicago area.
Number...
Not bad though.
Southwest 5489,
just
contact
thermals,
Chicago,
beautiful farmland.
19.0, good day.
If you look out the
Number 00 Whiskey, VFR climbing
pilot's window, you can see all these beautiful farms.
Southbound, Southwest 3278.
Simple thing to always do as a pilot is make sure that the approach plate that you're looking at is for the right airport and the right runway and the right approach. So.
Number 0 Delta Charlie, contact Chicago approach 128.2.
28.20, that's Charlie, thank you.
Southwest 344, maintain 250 knots, contact Chicago approach 1.
Hello, Chicago. HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, bumping along at 4,000 feet, requesting the RNAV 30 approach into Gary.
Jet 430 Delta Charlie, Chicago approach. You can proceed direct to Kickby and intercept the final approach course. And information X-rays current at Gary, altimeter 2985.
I'm direct Kickby now, and we'll do the 30 approach. Have information X-ray 0 Delta Charlie.
There's Lima Whiskey, altitude is your discretion.
Altitude our discretion, thanks, Lima Whiskey.
So we're all set up, Gary.
Takeoff uniform member tell Chicago departure radar contact traffic dispatcher left northwest on an Airbus at 4000. Say altitude leaving.
1500 now, yeah.
The approach. Approach is armed.
South 162, proceed direct Lukey.
Direct to Lukey, South 162.
Gary's over to the right.
0 Delta Charlie, descend to maintain 3000.
3000, 0 Delta Charlie.
Established on the final approach course, cleared straight in RNAV, Yankee runway 30 approach.
3000 still established, clear for your RNAV 30 approach 0 Delta Charlie. Thank you.
South 1572, 2003.
Oh,
1572, Chicago departure, radar contact, come on maintain 5000.
5000, South 1572.
Charlie Golf uniform November Hotel, come on maintain 4000.
Climbing 4000, Charlie Golf uniform November Hotel.
Sure, Lima Whiskey, maintain VF radar above 4,500.
3000, and it's going to turn right. Runway's in sight.
Southwest 344, cross hills at 5000, clear left runway 31 center approach.
Plane is turning.
Hills at 5000, cleared the house, 31 center approach.
Surprise, it's bumpy.
344.
Just thermals, I suspect, since there's no wind.
knots or greater to runs, connect midway tower runs to 135.2.
17 or better to run. Tower there, 35.2, Frontier 1461.
Southwest 162, come to maintain 15,000.
15,000, South
Runway in sight.
1572, proceed direct to Lukey.
Direct Lukey, South 1572.
Jet 0 Delta Charlie, connect Gary Tower 125.6.
Over to Tower 2560, that's Charlie, good day.
South 20.
Vertical track.
Sometimes you got to talk fast when they're busy. Okay, vertical track. We're going 1 notch of flaps now. Get that off my checklist. Talk to Tower. Almost going to do gear. Hello, Gary Tower, HondaJet 0 Delta Charlie inbound on the RNAV 30 approach, 3,000 feet.
HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, Gary Tower, 30 clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 30, 0 Delta Charlie, runway in sight. Okay, gear is coming down. That's a display of the gear. We've got 1 notch. 3 green. 3 green is good. Go back to our checklist. We've done flaps. Next checklist, landing gear is done, speed brakes not deployed, and the next thing will be landing flaps. Gary and Deanna used to have a lot of steel mills, and unfortunately a lot of that business has left America. I think there's still some, but over to the, look out to the right of the front camera, you can see a lot of old, well, there's some smokestacks that are still going, but old buildings. Go ahead and put my last notch of flaps out. You will recall we want to land at 110. 110 is our VREF speed. We'll try to get as close, if not right on it, as close as possible to it, not underneath it. Okay, plane is slowing down. I'll pull a little bit more power. Okay, landing flaps are done. Airspeed, we're going for VREF. Yep, probably gonna need a little power to hold. That's good. Feet on the brakes and on the rudders, and chair is up. It's a clear day, but you can still see some haze. I don't know if that's pollution or, I don't know. Okay, this is my airspeed over here. I'm at 114, it just dipped down, so I want to get close to 110. So we're just using our thrust to control that. Looking down at the runway, I got 2 red, 2 white passes. That shows me I'm perfectly on glide slope. There's 110. Do a little bit of power. Sometimes you gotta just go back and forth on the power. And saying 0 headwind, so that's good. All right. But there's still some oscillation. I can feel it. Must be just the thermals. Yeah, we just gained 10 knots. All right, pull some power. Pull some power. Nice long runway, but nevertheless, we always want to practice for a short runway and be precise.
500.
It's 500 feet. Taking the autopilot off. Autopilot's now off. I'm hand flying. Full flaps. VREF. Center line. Come down a little bit. Pull some power. Come left a little bit. Pull some power.
Minimums.
Okay, pull some power. There's VREF right on it. A little bit of power to hold. Okay. Power coming out. Got center line. 3 greens. Nice. There's the 1,000-foot marker. Put it down before the 1,000-foot. Applying brakes. Not too heavy. Don't need to burn them up today. That was a great landing. That was really great. Probably have 5,000 feet left. All right.
HondaJet 0 Charlie, turn right there at Bravo if able. If not, turn right at 20 and taxi to Park via Alpha today.
I can make it here, Bravo 1. 0 Delta Charlie with you or go to ground?
This frequency.
Great, stay with you. I really do like this FBO. One of the things that's really nice about this FBO is they have this huge warning, though some little plane is there. 2 planes are there. That on a rainy day can be really, really nice. Well, it looks like they might have room at the inn, so to speak, room under that beautiful awning. I wish every FBO had this. And I'll do a nice sharp turn here. This plane turns on a dime. I could turn it even harder. Look at this, he's got me in the shade. Is this sweet? Alrighty.